This is the capitol.hawaii.gov website. It's the website for the Hawaii State Legislature. And we're going to do some quick demonstrations, not too long, not too elaborate, because the file size will be too big if we do that. And a series of these will be available for you to look at as online tutorials. For this tutorial, we're going to look at one very important part of this website, which is reports and lists. And just click on that link there and it'll take you to another web page which gives you a link to the House bills introduced for this session, the 2015 session, and the Senate bills introduced for the 2015 session. Clicking on the House bills first, it takes you to another page which gives you a long list of House bills that have been introduced. And you can do the same thing for the Senate. You look at the Senate site and it will give you a long list of bills that were introduced by one or more members of the Senate. And I'll let you scroll down to the bottom to see the total number of bills introduced in the Senate. Do the same thing for the House bill, get the total number of bills introduced in the House, add them up, and then you have the total number of bills from the House and the Senate introduced this session. That would have occurred around between the days of January 22nd to January 29th, 2015. The 29th of January was the bill cutoff date. So within about a week, all of the House of Representatives and the senators had to submit their bills. And sometimes they submitted it as an individual and sometimes they submitted it as a group of representatives or a group of senators submitted a bill. And a couple of other quick things. If you want to click on the bill link itself, SB 8 means Senate Bill 8, HB 8 would mean House Bill 8. You just click on that. There's a history of the bill. It was introduced on January 22nd and it passed its first reading and then it was referred to the Judiciary Committee on January 22nd. And so as things happen with this bill, they'll list it here where it says status text. If a bill dies, it's going to stop somewhere. You may not see anything more than what you see here. But if it continues in the process of going from a bill to a law, you'll see all of those steps listed in this area. In the PDF, if you click it, it'll give you the actual text of the bill. And if it's too small, you can make it larger like this and read through the text of this bill. What does it say? In this particular bill, it's amending an existing law. That law is section 84-11.5 and you can look up this law on this website, but we're going to be doing that in another tutorial. The point is this particular bill, Senate Bill 8, is amending an existing law. That law says that every legislator and public employee has to disclose whether they received a gift of $200 or more. That's the existing law. The new law, which this is proposing, says the amount of the gift should be $100 or more, not $200 or more. So if this bill passes, if it's signed by the governor and it becomes law, in the future, if a public employee or a legislator receives a gift of $100 or more, that needs to be declared to the State Ethics Commission. And that's a public record. Anyone can look it up and see who has been giving legislators and public employees gifts of $100 or more if this bill passes. This is a short bill. It's only about a page and a half, easy to read, easy to understand, and it was signed by Les Ihara, a senator. You wouldn't know that just by looking at this. You would one way to figure this out is to look at the previous site that we were on, which tells you who introduced the bill. But another way is to get to know what their signatures look like. And there's oftentimes you can get a hold of a page which gives you an example of a legislator's signature, and then you can match it up and figure out who introduced this bill. So it was introduced by Senator Les Ihara, and the last page gives you a description of what this bill is about, a very nice, succinct description of what the bill is about. So that's how you look up a bill, and some of them are not very interesting to the average person, and some of them are more interesting. And one of the things that I'd like you to do is kind of scroll down this list of bills. If anything catches your attention that you're interested in, click on it, read through it, get a sense of what this bill is about, and at some point you're going to adopt a bill that you're going to be following for the next month or so. So keep that in mind. That's a quick introduction to this particular area of capitol.hawaii.gov. We'll be looking at some other areas, but for now this is all you need to know for looking up bills, both in the House of Representatives and the Senate.